Welcome to another coexisting video in a broad sense. Because every once in a while I have like big trash things accumulating that I cannot, or in Germany, I don't know how it is in the world, you cannot throw away in the normal garbage. Either they're too big or too, for example here, this is an old monitor I have. You can guess the oldness by the thickness of it, and I cannot just throw it away normally. So I always have to put it in my car, make a trip to like an extra thingy where you then can throw it away. And for somebody who, at the beginning of my grown-up life, I was always like, I never want to do this. And the first time I did this, I felt so wrong, because the thing is, I have a problem with, I am a creative dude. I'm a musician, I'm a sound engineer, content creator. So when I have to talk with or be cool or come across as cool with people who do real jobs, real tough jobs like construction, or like, these typical, in my head, as like manly jobs, even though luckily that changes, but it's still some, you say, all these where typical father figures work, the old generation. I always get very introverted, and I'm like, oh, hello, okay, I don't belong here, I'm sorry, I don't know, I just felt very intimidated. Not as much anymore, but still always a little bit. The older I get, the better it gets. Does make sense? So I thought today I'd just take you with me as a motivation bonus, as a motivation extra. So I do it 100%. And what is happening? So first of all, we have this monitor that has to go up. Good. Then we have these bags. And you've seen the video of me cleaning out my wardrobe in the hallway. And this is all roommate stuff from roommates who do not live here anymore. And for 2 years now, maybe 1 year, I'm trying to get the people to come here to take the stuff. As you can see, it did not really work, and I'm fed up. And so with this one today, I think I'm just going to put it into a in a box. Let's see if I have a box that is big enough. And then I'm trying to figure out the address, and then I'm just going to send it via the post office. If I can't figure out the addresses, if I just drive there and just give it to them, I probably would end up the same if the person is not there. Boop boop, and you now say, just text them or call them. Maybe I do this as well. We gotta see, but at least putting it into the box is a thing. And because this alone would not be enough for me to validate a drive. And we have this broken chair that we also need to get rid of. Also has been here for a long time, right? These are the podcast chairs. At least I'm always sitting on that, because the second one is broken. It was also the chair I was using for this year, my studio. And I think I always sit very weirdly on things, and I think this chair didn't like that. I'm sometimes not sitting like, or at least when I was younger, I'm not sitting like this. This one is the easy one, but there's also this one when I play the piano. And I feel like all these little weight distributions kind of won over it. So I don't know how we're going to do this. I'm planning on somehow having you along for the drive. And then you see the little interaction at the thingy. I don't know the word for that. At the waste management thingy. and then we come back, put this thing into a box, and then things that have been sitting here for years are gone. What a great feeling. And if you have the same, and I know you all have things that have been there for years, maybe on the side you look at it and be like, let's do this as well. So maybe a little bit more heavily edited today. I'm gonna get everything into the car, get my shoes on, take the car keys, and then, yeah, we just go. Handheld mode today again. Let's go. So, we are now in the car on the way. 15-minute drive. And I don't know if this way the camera setup will work, or if it will be super shaky, or falling over, or you're feeling like a toddler because you're so low in like from the viewpoint. But it was the best solution I could figure out in the short term, while still using my phone for navigation. And I have a new system where I can put my phone up like with a magnet, but the issue is I cannot turn it around anymore. So I can only film with the inside of the camera, which let's not talk about it, it's not the best quality. And as I think maybe this is like a funny little more chill view, more almost like I am the one who's driving you around town, right? It's a pretty warm day today, 21 degrees Celsius. Summer is showing a bit, at least it's spring. And just, I mean, maybe no, that's not a maybe. I am an overthinker, right? We know that, I know that, you know that. And I even thought about what I wear to go to this, I just call it waste management. Because I don't want to look too artisty or too, I don't know, it's so weird, right? I think you should be the way you want, right? And I think you should feel the freedom of dressing however you like. And it's not like I'm dressing not the way I like. This is just more of what I would wear on when I'm cleaning, when I'm working, right? It's a hoodie with like some jeans and then just a pair of boots. So I'm slipping into my handyman persona, which I like to do a lot. I like to craft things, build things, quote unquote, get my hands dirty every once in a while. But I always feel so pretentious doing so, because, you know, and all of this is just my issue, right? I think of always wanting to, I think the main thing goes back to always wanting to have like a smooth experience, right? To not, I do enjoy to be a little bit, to fit in to a certain degree, right? Even though the person probably doesn't even care. But this is something I need to work on, that I'm more like I have to go further back. A long time in my life, as a kid and as a teenager, I perfected the craft of fitting in, buying the clothes that were in, really, oh, what are you doing? Okay. Really thinking about what are the cool kids wearing? How can I fit in? How can I be a cool kid? How can I be with them? How can I not get bullied? And that worked pretty well for me to quote unquote survive school. I was invited to the parties, but only because I drank a lot. I feel like maybe that was not true. I don't know. Or because of the clothes I wore, because of how I behaved myself. And I like that. So that still takes some time to shake off as an adult. I I think from being 100% trying to fit in, I'm now at like a 20%, right? I'm way, way lower than in my teenage years. But when I'm doing something I'm technically a little bit shy to do, it helps me to just prepare myself for that. And if that is just wearing clothes that look like I know what I'm doing, then I tend to fall back on that and do that and think a little bit too much about it, to be honest. It shouldn't matter, but I'm still sometimes falling back to these habits. Well, how did I get out of that? Maybe you're facing the same situation. What am I doing for that? I think the main part that I realized, oh, sorry guys, the main part that I realized, there was a crosswalk and I saw them too late. But they were also in Berlin crosswalks. They are, people treat them like they're optional, and so sometimes the people who go over the crosswalk, like they stop, and then you need to make a full stop to show them that you can go. But in this, I think it was still, they were not on the crosswalk yet. I think it was still a good situation, but I prefer to wait for them and uphold the rules all the time. I'm a very defensive, safe driver, I would say, or I aspire or strive to be. I don't want to save extra time by speeding or some shit. I just try to go there as comfortably and safe as possible, and without, without bringing harm to others, without bringing harm to myself by driving carelessly. And it suited me well, or suited me well over the years. What did I do? I think the biggest main thing transitioning from teenager years to grown-up years was when it became legal for me to drink alcohol. The coolness with it faded, and I automatically didn't want to do it anymore. And I also learned that I can party and have fun without drinking alcohol and can stay up late and all these things. And I think the main part here is I kind of realized that chasing the coolness will never make you cool. That's not how it works. You always chase something, you always feel like a copy of something, you never find your own style, and you never have this confidence that you exude. You live on constant validation of others, and that didn't give me what I deemed as cool. Then I just stopped trying. I stopped trying to be cool, and it was the coolest I've ever felt. Because I started to think about what I want to do, how I want to live, what I want to wear, what I feel good in, what I feel, pretty in, what I feel, whatever you want to feel in. And all of a sudden you develop your own style that other people recognize. And then all of a sudden you feel like, hey, I have a cool style that I did not feel like I had before. And it's not always about coolness, but I think in my life, I think I'm pretty impressed with things or people having this cool vibe. I don't know, it's what I'm attracted to, it's what I'm impressed by, it's what I always think I lack. So that's why I'm drawn to it. And I know that's very subjective, so I cannot tell you what I think is cool. This is like a personal thing, right? I can tell you what I think is cool, but I cannot tell you what overall is cool. It's just a feeling. Maybe I think it's impressive, or it's smart, or funny, or well-dressed, or bold. I like boldness. I like smart boldness as well. I think that would be cool. Smart boldness. If people do things I'm too afraid to do, for example, tattoos. I had an appointment for a tattoo years back, and I couldn't go because I was too afraid to change my body forever. So I think people who have tattoos and go over that threshold, I think pretty bold, pretty cool. No matter the outcome, and no matter how it looks or what a tattoo means or whatever, I just think that's cool. Same with piercings. I like piercings. Too afraid to do. I always think I can save these for when I'm 70 or something. then I will be able to I just then when I'm a grandpa, I'll start the tattoos and the piercings. But for now, I don't feel ready to do such a change to my body for such a long or basically forever period of life. I didn't plan for this drive to become a open up, talk about our feelings drive. But I think that is what driving does sometimes for me. Your brain is occupied with so many side things that you kinda that you just talk what your heart wants to talk about. And that's, I think, also the reason why road trip conversations are so different, you know? Or late night drives, or that's also why I like when I'm at a party or something and there are people or friends, obviously, then I like to drive them home, even if it's not directly on my route, because it's just analyzing the party that happened. Are you still there? Yeah. Sometimes in the corner, I don't know if you go missing. Analyzing the party that just happened, talking about it, talking about other things, getting more of a private two and two talk. Also with people you maybe usually do not see as often, like you only see them at parties, but you never really go for them for a coffee. And so this is almost the same. And they are happy that they get to be driven home and do not have to take the public transport or whatever. It says in 2 minutes we are there. I am not sure where, how, and if. So now I will be concentrating less on the talking and more on the trying to find my way. If you think here's red, it's not, it's a green arrow. And then at the end of the road there should be the waste thingy. This also looks like this looks promising, because this looks like an area that would typically be used for something like that. And there is somebody there's a big truck. Oh my shit. Will he fit? Nice. Easy. Up. Yeah, these look like the people who would work there, typically. Street is ass. Let's see. Oh, there's a line. Is there a line? There's a line. Oh, nee. Why is there a line? Why are we having a line in front of that? Yeah, it's a line. Alter! It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, possibly 8 cars. And now we wait, but why is it's not moving? This kind of goes against my timetable today. I thought it would be, because it's an unusual time. It's an unusual time where you would go to something like this. At least I think. And I thought it would be empty. And I can like drive in 10 minutes, drop off, and then drive away again. But that doesn't seem to work. Naja, we wait. Oh, I have this German feeling of wanting to get out of the car, talk to the other dads, and see what's going on to make a decision if I go to another one. That's what she's doing. It's like the typical thing you do. Somebody's taking a look. And that's the job of the... Oh no, she just got out of the car. I thought this was the job of the passenger, but no. I want to do the same thing that she does. She's fully going in there. This is unusual. This is highly unusual. I think when she comes back, I will ask her what her information is. Nothing is moving, nothing is moving. And she's coming back. She's driving back. Okay, she said currently they have a container switch, which means they probably change out all the containers and then we can continue. Oh nee, that is unlucky. And the next one is, yeah, miles away. I mean, the ones behind me, they do not leave, at least. So that means that the information she got seems okay. Ah, I see them. Yeah. Oh, obviously you cannot put things in containers if they don't have containers. But I think as soon as they have how long does the container shift? Let's ask ChatGPT, right? Let's ask Soul. Hey Soul, could you please answer in English to me? I want to know. I'm currently at a waste management recycling hof in Berlin, and they have a container switch. Do you know how long these usually take?
Hey, typically a container switch at a waste management or recycling center can take anywhere from 15 minutes to a couple of hours, depending on...
Couple of hours? Sorry, continue. I didn't want to interrupt you.
No worries. As I was saying, it can depend on how busy they are and the specific processes they have in place. If you have any specific concerns or if you're in a hurry, it might be a good idea to ask the staff there for a more accurate estimate.
Naja. I mean, now we're here. Oh, they're starting. They're driving. Yes. Believed. Oh no, they have to drive, so nee. They only have to drive so the container can get out. Now they're driving in. Nice. But it looks like they only drive in because of the container thingy. Let's get the container to go. The question is, did they only drive in because they needed a container to leave, or is the new container there? Are we going in? It looks like we are going in. Okay. We in. We still rolling? We're rolling. Oh my god, the line is way longer than I thought. Only for a chair and a monitor. That's also why I don't like to go here. It's always a big happening. And it's not true. Usually it's pretty simple and nothing happens. Usually it's empty. But now we know that there's a container switches happening. Nice. I mean, they have to be switched out somehow, right? This will be full now. And I have a microphone stuck to me. And a camera in the back. I hope nobody is bothered. Shouldn't be. I will not shove the camera in people's faces. There's a guy asking people what they have. There's the usual procedure. I want to open my window. Hi. I have an old monitor and a wooden chair in the trunk. A wooden chair? Yes. Is it padded? For folding? No, it's foldable. A wood container? Yeah. Monitor on the 63. 63? Thank you. Danke. Yo, is it full as fuck, man? I'm just gonna park here, man. 63. 63, he said. 63. Naja, let's go, guys. Elektro-Altgeräte. Das wird's sein, ne? Fahrt. I'm gonna get it out. I can show you how it looks. I have like these containers. And there's a million people currently here. And there are you. It is so funny doing this with so many people. I've never had this before. Basically, this feels like all the world has so much waste. It's insane. Goodbye, my chair. This was the sound of my... Somebody else threw something in that's big. How can I drive out of here? Everybody's parking weird. Naja. Here we are. How to get out? Everybody is in the way. So now I'm just gonna take my leave. It looks pretty okay. The guy has to back up now. He's driving. Yeah, take the do it. Happy go lucky. I'm also trying my best. Bro, it's so many people. It's insane. Hello. Yeah. I'm just driving. Thank you. And hop off we freaking go. What a thing. And now the line is empty. Like I said, it goes pretty fast usually. Everything's empty here now. Usually that's how it goes. But it was a little tough for me. It is always tough for me letting things go. The monitor was just standing around, but I got it from like my old workplace while they were moving, and I contemplated keeping it, or I thought about keeping it. But I was like, okay, for what purpose? For memories I have anyway. I do have way smaller pieces of memory attached to the workplace. This was like an old TV station that I worked. No, my old job was at a TV station. This was not an old TV station. It's still a TV station. And I do work there from time to time, but it was from the old building they were in that I helped them moving out of, as in my time as I was working there first as an intern, then as a working student, and now as a self-employed freelancer. But not in the old building anymore. And now that they have the new building, they gave out a lot of free, whatever you can find in a TV studio, right? Free monitors, free TVs even, but they were old ones, and I used it for a long time. And I just recently updated my monitor setup, and I think it was also broken, and it was very old. And I switched it out for a new monitor, a cheap one, but a new one, for my streaming setup. And now I'm like, yeah, okay, do I just let it waste away in the studio? I don't have any storage. It's too big to keep as like a memory thing. So I threw it away. Nah, what can you do? Now we go back, and I think we see each other at home, because we had one drive already, full talking. Video doesn't need to be a million years long. I go back, and then we see each other at home again when I do the final. We're gonna talk about again if I do the final packing of the roommate stuff. I'm not sure yet. I wasn't able to figure out the address in the meantime. So we figure it out when we're home. And we are back at home, and it already looks a little bit cleaner. I mean, it was only the monitor, so. But I found a box. This is from the time where we shipped out our hoodies. And this is a big box. Big enough to, I think I can just put these in here like this, right? Wow, but this is so heavy. Imagine you get a package like this. Just like this. Boom, boom. From your ex-roommate. Is this petty? But there's like good things in there that I think he still needs. Like a full-on red suit. You don't need that every day. But when you need it, you can't find it. And I rather don't want to have it be here with me. And you know, I'm a boxes guy. So I'm gonna put his camera boxes in there too. Because maybe he wants to resell and that is value. I need to write him a note so that he knows what's happening. Give me a second. I did my best. But now we have a big gap on top here. We just leave it like that. I'm gonna wrap it up. And then I'm gonna send this one out. I've sent my roommates clothes around the world via the post office. Let's see how it goes. Would be a good title for a video, right? So we do it for the content. Yeah, thank you for being here today. I hope this was interesting and fun and maybe cool to watch, and or at least inspiring for you to also go and do the things that have been lying around for years, maybe also lying around for years, I don't know. So yeah, have an amazing time zone wherever you are, an amazing day, an amazing week, and as always, we see each other next time.